Yeah, I mean, that was impressive. That was to come back down three with what was it, 14 minutes left. That says a lot. And it felt like, I mean, we almost tied the thing up. You know, right after we scored the second and had a ton of chances to take the lead, and then obviously thought we won in regulation, and it is what it is. But yeah, just proud of the group. That is the epitome of resiliency, and that's what we want here.
You've been talking all season about kind of finding the team finding its identity. Did it feel like everything kind of clicked in that third period?
Yeah, that last 15 minutes, that if that's not relentless hockey, I don't know what is. So first the pucks, winning battles, winning races, driving to the net, getting pucks to the net. It just was everything that we want to be. And I want to thank our fans because they didn't leave. They could have easily got up and started heading for the exits down three in the third period, and they all stayed, and they really powered us through that and gave us the juice we needed to come back and win this game. And we're building a hell of a program here, and it's all because of the people that stuck out that game with us tonight.
No, it's hockey. You'll say sometimes the way the puck bounces, but I think in the first period, I mean, you were controlling, you had opportunities, they had the puck less, but yet they get the first goal.
Yeah, they were they were opportunistic to get up 3-0. I mean, it was simple as that. They didn't have much in the second. We had a lot of good chances, but again, not committed to that identity of getting bodies to the net and making it hard on the goalie. And in the third, that's all we did. I mean, Lush put it in his pads, and Becker drove the net with a stick on the ice, and we banged one home. And then it gave us the energy that we needed and the belief, and that was identity hockey. So, they were really opportunistic to it felt like to get up three. It didn't feel like we were deserving of being down three, and I think our guys, whatever they snapped into, that's what we need to see the rest of the way.
Defense jumped into the scoring, Kipke with 2 assists, and Shelley with his first career goal. Where would you rank this in terms of most complete play, top to bottom in the roster?
I would rank the last 15 minutes most complete, but I wouldn't say it was our best 60-minute effort. We were pretty good. I mean, shots were 17-12 in the second. We were pretty good in the first and second, but not willing to ultimately pay the price to win. Winning hurts, and that's what I said after the second period. Hey, unless you're willing to make it hurt, this is how it's going to be. We're making it easy. We're not getting to the net. We're missing the net a lot. Between the hashes, had a lot of good looks. We're just missing the net. They wanted it to be perfect, and we don't have many guys that can make it perfect. We have a few, but we have to be more blue collar like we were there in those last 15 minutes of just getting pucks and bodies in the net and winning races and winning battles and finishing checks and refusing to lose. That's exactly what our group did there, and I'm as proud of this group as I've been out of any, because a lot of people started counting us out, and that's not lost on us. And but the belief in our room is still there, and we're right where we need to be after a big sweep. I think we're a game under heading into the last series against Duluth last year, and took care of business. And now we got a tough series to go up there and do that, but a bye week to prepare, and we're feeling really good about where we are.
Coach, how do you establish those last 15 minutes for a full 60 in a game?
Good question. That's what I'm going to try and figure out for the next week and a half.
You talked about needing to manage games. Now you won 3 straight games in overtime late in the game. How do you see this team's progression since the beginning of the season in managing the game late?
Yeah, I think what's impressive about the 3 wins, yes, they're in overtime, but I think we've been the better team on all 3 games, right? And so, when you don't get the result that you want, and you just keep pushing until you do, that's exactly what we've done 3 games in a row. And I thought we were the better team 5-on-5 against Denver and won in overtime. I thought we were the better team 5-on-5 this weekend, and it just we weren't getting some bounces, and they were, and again, we weren't finishing the job to the degree that you have to beat teams in regulation. But guys stuck with it, and huge credit to Potsy and Cruz. They were the ones that saw that kind of drew that up and brought it up when I called the timeout, and they executed it, and it was unbelievable.
So I see this as a turning point this season.
Yeah, it's a long season, right? So it's just one game at a time. But I don't know how you can't really get such good inner belief after a comeback like that against a really good team. I know that they've lost, I think, 5 straight now, but they just went to Wisconsin a couple weeks ago and split. they got some nice wins, and they're going to win a lot of games. So that these wins are going to do us a lot of favors as this season progresses. We have to make the decision and come up with the mindset that this is a turning point, and it's our first sweep of the year. And we always talk about Saturdays are for the Sun Devils here, and you got to earn your Saturday. And tonight, our guys earned their Saturday.
Coach Cullen Potter, 2 overtime Saturdays in a row where he scored the game winner. What's he been doing to propel this team?
You could feel when I mixed up the lines there and put him with Cruz and Bex, you could feel Potsy he just drove the play. Like he was possessed. He just didn't feel like he was going to let us lose the game, So, he's just maturing beyond my wildest imagination right before our eyes, and he's I'm really happy for him, and I'm really proud of him because he was taking a lot of flack, for not scoring through the first 10 games, and now he's scoring and scoring big goals for us, So he's really, really coming along nicely, and I think he's going to make Calgary look really smart.
Connor Hasley has earned 3 straight wins in the past 3 games. You called out the goaltending at the end of the first game against Denver. What has Connor done to be able to step up for the goal?
Yeah, I mean, I thought tonight was one of those games where it's, you feel like your team's down at the other end of the ice and they're possessing and kind of controlling the possession game and getting a lot of good looks. They're either missing the net or just not finishing. And again, 2 nights in a row, has let in 2, and I don't think they were bad goals at all, but has been able to lock it down in the third and in overtime for us until we found a way to come back and win, and that's really impressive. So, or actually 3, So he was great. He's got some wins. He's reeling off some wins now. That's why we brought him in here to give us that steady presence, and he's doing it.
Coach Noah Powell played last year at Ohio State. What did you see from him against his old team?
He was so passionate about this weekend, and that's just the landscape of college sports right now. You're going to have kids that play, their old teams, and we really challenge our guys. We did it when we went to Miami for Johnny, and we'll do it if we play Michigan Tech for Mo, and so we wanted to win these games for Powsy. He's really coming on here and doing a lot of good things for us, and he wanted it. He was really passionate about sweeping this weekend, and I'm glad that the guys could get it done for him.
You guys talk about coaches being supportive and stuff like that. Obviously, Coach Van Neela announced the lineup, but having the team here after getting their Big 12 trophy, how big is that for the team to see that?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I can't even begin to talk about how unbelievable of a job JJ's done with that program. I mean, when he took it over, it was, to say it was fledgling is an understatement, and that's certainly no offense to anyone that was involved with it at the time. But he stepped in and at the literal snap of a finger has made them a championship program. So he deserves all the recognition and more. I don't think there's enough recognition that we can give him and his girls, and I'm glad we could give him some tonight.
One more
You
question.
talked about kind of learning through experience with your young team. Through the past few weeks, how do you think that all kind of came to a head this weekend?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we've been through pretty much every experience and every scenario, and blown leads, and now have come back from behind and won games and found ways to win games differently. And we have to plow forward and make sure that we use these experiences as a I think I don't even want to call it an excuse because it's not an excuse anymore, but just talking about how youthful we are and how many new guys we are, that's behind us. Like that can't be a crutch. We've proven that this group is good enough. We've beaten North Dakota on the road. We've beaten Denver at home. We just swept a Big Ten team. There's no excuses. We have to find a way to play like we did in those last 15 minutes moving forward for the rest of the season. And if we do, we're going to play postseason hockey and probably go pretty deep because this team is really good when it wants to be.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.
Good. Scoring always feels good, especially a game winner. But team effort. We came back down 3 goals, so really proud of the guys.
Powers said you and Cruz drove that play through the timeout. What did you guys kind of see and what was the plan there?
Yeah, no, just because my speed, I think guys kind of try to stay on me when I try to wind up, and we kind of knew that. So, and I know I can beat anyone off the ice, so we just drew up a spot pass to Shem, and I'm gonna beat my guy up the ice, and worked out like we thought it would. So yeah.
I know you could probably say it's next play mentality, but when you feel Cruz has a game winner right there late in regulation, I mean, whatever review showed it was like a high stick, but I mean, it was just kind of that emotion of like, okay, just lock back down.
Honestly, I think we just had a lot of confidence in ourselves. I felt like ever since we scored that first goal, we were going to come back and definitely be in the game and hopefully win it. So I think I had a lot of confidence. We still were tied 3-3 going into OT, and we've been really good in OT. So I definitely wasn't scared.
What was the message in the locker room going into that first period?
Just keep going, and we just got to get shots on the goalie. They were saying he's a freshman goalie, and he was cramping up too. We saw after we scored like 1 or 2, so we just kept going on him, and won the game.
Colin, that's 4 goals now in your last 5. What's been clicking for you?
I think it's really just the whole team. We're coming together, and it's always good to get one under your belt, and then it's just the confidence and keeps rolling from there. So, that's always good, and just confidence when I'm shooting, just to know, I can put this one in the net. So, I think confidence and just, the team overall is really what's helped me.
Colin, what is it about the third period that just brings out the best performance in this team?
I think we're all competitors. We want to win, and especially in big moments. So that's when we play our best. We're fighting tooth and nail. So I think that's why we play our best in the third.
You guys are in the middle of a pretty big schedule gauntlet here. How do you feel like this team has grown through playing some tougher teams?
Kind of like I said, I feel like we've came together really close and definitely began to play together and learn the tendencies of other guys on the team and how to support them. So. We're just going in knowing that we're a great team too, and we can get some good wins under our belt, and we have in the past, and we just need to keep doing that.
Kind of piggyback off of coming together, because I was asking Coach, in the first period it seemed like, you guys had more of the puck, seemed like you controlled it, and then whatever puck bounces, they get the goals. Is that kind of at this point in the season, at least for you guys, okay, it's like, yeah, we've had it more. They may have scored, but we can overcome this.
Yeah, for sure. Even in the Denver game last weekend, the first one, I felt like, even though we lost 7-1, we did a lot of good things in that game. And, we continue to do that the second night and, just work on our mistakes. And I think that's what we did in this game is, we continue to do the stuff we were doing really good and made some minor adjustments and, got the win because of it.
After that first goal from back, did you feel the momentum from the crowd pump you guys up?
100%. Whenever Mullet gets going, it gets going. So, we love the support that they bring here at Mullet. So, it's really fun to play in.
Has there been anything specific you've changed in your game with 4 goals in your last 5?
Honestly, no. Just keeping with it. Just getting shots on net. The more shots you get on net, the more goals you're gonna have. So, I think that's something I've definitely focused on. Just trying to get more pucks on that.
You're saying the crowd at Mullet is when the student section. Obviously, I know you're focused on what you're doing, but when even after their goalie gives up a goal and they're hammering the goalie, do you maybe break concentration for like a tenth of a second, get a little laugh in there?
Yeah, for sure. I see some people up on the jumbotron every time that every once in a while give me a little chuckle. So no, for sure. We love the students that come out and support us. Obviously, it's Thanksgiving weekend, so not everyone's here, but still a decent crowd, and really thankful for them.
2 overtime goals in the last 2 Saturdays for you. Is there something about overtime that clicks for you?
I don't know, just 3-on-3. There's a lot of ice out there, and I think speed's my strong suit, so I can use that really well out there.
Coach just talked about how well you guys played in the last 15 minutes and then trying to turn it into a 60-minute effort. How do you think you guys can play like you did in the last 15 minutes for an entire game?
Yeah, I think just like he said about the third period, we got to think about every single minute of every single game like that where the game is on the line and we need to put pressure right away. And I think if we do that, we'll score first and just keep rolling downhill. Obviously we play hard when we're coming back into the game, but we need to do that when we're out in front and have a chance to, get out in front.
What is said between the guys on the bench when you guys go down 2-3 goals to be able to come back into the game?
I think just have confidence in each other. Like we all knew we were doing really good or good things, so we just need to keep doing that. And especially in some of the tough losses we've had, maybe we don't keep with it like we should. So just having that confidence in each other and know we have the ability to win every game is something that we need to keep sticking with.
Can you walk us through the mindset when Cruz's goal is on the board and reviewed in that final minute of regulation?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I high sticked it. I thought I maybe kept it below my shoulder. So, I mean, obviously it sucks that they took it back because, it's better to win in regulation for points and all that stuff. But, when they took it back, I think we all had confidence in ourselves going into 3-on-3 and overtime. So, I just think the biggest thing for me in the past, I don't know how many games, is just we've had a lot of confidence in ourselves, and we need to continue that.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.